Hello and welcome back to High Ground MTG. I am your host, KyGuy, and we are here for Match 5 in Competitive Modern League with Lurrus. John, we are currently 3-1 with the league, and we won the die roll, and we are going first. And I think this is a pretty keepable hand. We can curve 1, 2, 3. But before we get started, if we could ask you all to click that like button, and most importantly, click that subscribe button, helps out the channel quite a bit. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. Opponent Denmark _ Dan. Alright, we're gonna start off with a Blood Crypt here. And let's see what our opponent is playing. Lurrus Jun list has been pretty fun so far. Alright, opponent on Opponent on nonsense. It looks like they're Jeskai control, but also 4 color, so we could be up against another Omnath deck. What is up with Omnath in this league? Let's take Renin 6, I think is the best call here. And then we can get down our Tarmogoyf next turn. We'll crack a land, or they can crack a land. And then it'll be up to a 3-4. Alright, ooh, Bobble. Let's cast our Bobble. Bobble our opponent. They're gonna draw another Renin 6. Well, that's not the best. Let me fetch out for an Overgrown Tomb here. I think we're fine to take a little bit of damage. Got a 4/5 Goyf. Feel pretty good about that. And then we have another 4/5 Goyf. Or we have Liliana of the Veil. Depending on what we draw next, we can discard. But we have a pretty good threat so far. Alright, opponent Kraken. Getting their Triome. We draw a Thoughtseize, which means we're going to be able to get rid of Teferi next turn. I think opponent not playing Renin 6. They played their Plains, and they played their Scalding Tarn. Verdant Catacombs. Let's play that out. Dismiss all. Let's Thoughtseize our opponent. Let's see if we can get rid of that Teferi. Oh, they have a Mana Leak. And a Bolt. They're still a ways off from Teferi. Oh, maybe they didn't get Renin 6. I don't know what happened. We could get rid of Mana Leak, and then we could get down our second Goyf. That might be better. Because even if they do get down to Teferi, what's the best plan here? They're still at 3 lands. I guess they could only have Timely Reinforcements. If you have less life than an opponent, you gain 6 life. Well, I think maybe taking Mana Leak to get down a second threat is a good idea. To really start presenting a clock. I'm going to fetch out for just a forest here. They're still a ways away from Teferi, so I think it's okay. Now we have 2 5/6s. I know that they have timely reinforcements, but which means that we can also get down our Liliana of the Veil next turn as well. Even if they play timely reinforcements, they're not going to gain the 6 life, which is really nice. Alright, Scalding Tarn, Kraken Scalding Tarn. They could have 3 mana Teferi here, which would be really unfortunate, but Hollowed Fountain untapped. Opponent down to 11. Opponent just playing timely reinforcements now. Sure, they're going to gain that life, which is unfortunate. So timely down. Right in 6 is going to be good here. We could drop Ren in 6, ping 1, kill 2. Or do we get Liliana down now while their shields are down and they can't snap Mana Leak? I think it might be better here if we... Well, okay, let's think about it. If we... they have Lightning Bolt for next turn for Lily. Just trying to figure out the best way to clear out their creatures. Let's... I kind of want to drop Lily here because we guaranteed, and then we can plus. They can double block. They can block here. They can jump twice. I think it's gonna be better if we can drop Lily and start getting answers out of their hands here. We'll plus and we'll get rid of our Overgrown Tomb because if we're able to get down Ren in 6 next turn, I think we'll be okay. Opponent is going to discard. What are you discarding, opponent? Cryptic Command. Alright, I feel pretty good about that exchange. We're going to swing in with our Goyf brothers here. The Lurgoyf bros. Opponent's going to chump and take double chump. Nope. Opponent going to take 5. Makes me wonder... Oh, okay. Opponent getting a double chump. I was going to say, it makes me wonder if they are thinking if they'll draw another timely. Alright. Since we know that with 3 cards, they still don't have a land. So if they draw a land here, they can snap Mana Leak Ren in 6. Alright. So they have a land. Which means they can snap... They could do it now. They could snap... No, they can't. Sorry, they can't snap Timely Reinforcements. Alright, we're down to 12. Opponent bolting Liliana the Veil. Okay, that's fine. Alright, this works out really well for us. We're gonna go 2 attacks. Because if they snap bolt, we'll drop Ren in 6, and we will -1 on the Snapcaster. Okay. Let's see, how do we want to force this here? So we could... So they can snap bolt this, because we still have priority. Let's make them have to flash in, and... I'm going to Verdant Catacombs. Sure. Okay, we'll pass the turn here. They can snap bolt, and then they can just swing in to get rid of Ren in 6. I just needed them to... I needed to force them to have to use Bolt here. If they draw another land, they're gonna get the Teferi. Okay, so we know that that's gonna happen. They'll target Bolt. They'll probably target Ren in 6. Maybe they'll target our face, but I kind of doubt it. Ren in 6. Yeah. Which means that they'll be able to get rid of Ren in 6 next turn if they so choose. Which means that our life total is gonna be okay. If they draw a land here, we are in really big trouble, because that means that Teferi is coming down for sure. Alright, they didn't draw a land, and looks like they weren't going to be able to keep up with us, which is nice. All that hand hate was really great. So, what have we learned against playing against Omnath decks? 1, Collective Brutality. Very, very good. Any way to screw up their hand. I like K-Command here. I like Spell Bomb. I like Wildfire. Do I want EE? he might be good. Maybe 1 EE for some kind of pesky permanence. Alright. We are up 8 cards. What do we want to get rid of? We know that Fatal Push isn't super great. We know that Seal of Fire might not be the best here. And then let's drop a Bauble. Let's drop a Lurrus. That means that we only have 2 left. I think we could even drop 1 Lily of the Veil, and we want all of our threats as the thing in a deck that's like so threat heavy. I guess we could even drop 1 Ren and 6. Try it like that. Alright, we are on the draw, but we don't have any hand disruption, which is a little annoying. But we have a lot of threats, so I think we keep this just on the threat density. Alright, Triome. Alright, Bauble. Which means we can get our Glyph down. We'll be in 1-2. Alright, let's Bauble our opponent. Opponent gonna draw a Flooded Strand this turn. This next turn. We'll probably fetch out for an Overgrown Tomb. Alright, Thoughtseize, that's really good for us. Alright, let's get our Overgrown Tomb. They do have 2 mana, which means that they could have Mana Leak. So if we play Thoughtseize and it gets leaked, I'm not too worried about that. Alright, we'll draw another card. Stomping Ground. It's pretty good. Let's lead with a Thoughtseize and see what they have. It would just be nice to be able to play with information. Ooh, what is this? Red or black? Purge? Red or black permanent and Aether Gust. Red or black permanent. We have all of our green permanents here. Aether Gust is annoying, but it doesn't set us back super bad. So we're just going to get rid of Supreme Verdict. In the long run, that's going to be more frustrating than anything else. And then, yes. I'm going to play out Hexdrinker just to see if they will Aether Gust it. We'll just try and use our mana effectively here. Because if they choose to Aether Gust, I'm okay with that exchange because we still have 2 Glyphs in our hand. And that would mean an instant also in the graveyard. Okay, opponent choosing not to do that. Opponent playing their Steam Vents, cracking it, or shocking it in. Here comes the Time Raveler. Alright, so I'm assuming it gets bounced back to our hand. Yeah, that's fine. Which means that we can bolt it. Well, what did Foothills? Okay, so we have a choice here. We can either drop double threats, 2 green threats, which I'm kind of inclined to do because they can't really bounce it back to our hand, which means that we can apply pressure next turn. We need a black source. I think what we do here is apply double threats, which means that they can use up their Aether Gust on one of our creatures, but they can't use it on both. Unless they draw a Snapcaster here. So let's drop double threats. Pass the turn. And then next turn we have a choice of either plussing to get Hex Drinker up to level 3. Alright, they play their Sacred Foundry tapped. Which means that they have Aether Gust online. Which means, I think what we want to do... I play our Wooded Foothills here. Is see if we can get them to use it up. We're going to swing at Teferi. Actually, we'll swing you at Teferi, and we'll swing at Denmark Dan with Glyph. Split it up. Because if they Aether Gust, we still have Bolt to deal with Teferi. Oh, they're bolting. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, we'll see if they Aether Gust here. They choose not to, which I kind of like. Which means I'm going to bolt this. Alright. And then I think we just keep applying pressure, I think is the idea here. Yeah, I put it to the bottom, unfortunately, since we're fetching out here. It was probably the right time for our opponent to crack. Good on our opponent. So... let's play out our Hex Drinker, and let's play out our Goyf. Being a little less patient with my Hex Drinker, it's because I'm seeing opportunities here. Since we know that they have 2 dead cards in their hand. Alright, Misty Rainforest, which means that they still have 2 dead cards in their hand. Alright, let's try to level up. We kind of don't really have anything to do with our mana anyways, so if they use a removal spell or anything, okay. Alright, we are all in on this Hex Drinker. Unfortunately, we don't have any protection from Teferi, which is unfortunate, but... Alright, opponent down to 2. Hex Drinker, you're really doing work in this league. Again, we know that they have 2 purges in their hand. Alright, opponent down to 1. Opponent... getting a Breeding Pool tapped. Alright, so... 4 cards in their hand, 2 of them are purges, and I think one of them is still a Flooded Strand, and we win the match! Alright! Hey! We got some trophies, we got all kinds of stuff. Alright, well we went 4-1, that's pretty great, I gotta say. Pretty jazzed about that. I like the list. Shout out to the person in MTG Gen City over on Facebook for kind of bringing it to our attention. Is there anything I would change? You know what? I really liked Hex Drinker in this league. This card was, when you needed it, you could sink mana into it, and it was really, really, really good. I really liked it. We obviously didn't go up against Heliod's company, which was really unfortunate, but hey, what are you going to do? I think, actually, maybe it's, like, really good that we didn't. So I don't really know how good Blight Beetle would have been, but I might trade these out for a Pithing Needle next time, because you can still play Pithing Needle from the... you can still do that with Blight Beetle. But yeah, overall, 4-1 in the league is pretty fun. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this league, please be sure to leave a comment down below. And if you liked the video, be sure to like and comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Helps us out a lot. Alright, until then, I will see you next time. Bye-bye from the KyGuy. Thank you for watching High Ground MTG with co-hosts KyGuy and Spiny Mouse. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click that like button, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on future episodes of High Ground MTG. For even more videos, be sure to check out our playlists so that you can have the high ground.